Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm with 2 fingers. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a good stitchy week. I had a busy week, but I did get some stitching done. Yay! So let's get started right away. Why waste time? Here are the works in progress, or the progress report, I think as my drop down says. I have finishes. I have finishes, you guys. Granted, they aren't huge ones, but every little bit counts, does it not? We'll start with this cute little kit. As you can see, it's designed to be made into a clothespin angel with a darling, darling little pansy pattern on it. Brenda from Brenda's Minders and More racked me this a couple of weeks ago, and it was last Sunday, a week ago. I was trolling through my stash, and I just wanted something small, something simple, easy to do, and that called my name. So I got it all put together and stitched it up. Aren't those a pair of just darling, darling little pansies? Very cute. I won't be finishing this off as the clothespin angel. I stitched it too high from the bottom of the thing, as you can see kind of on their model, that the pansies were stitched about 1 inch down. I didn't read the directions as closely as I should have. Oops. So I just went ahead and centered them. But I think they will make either a super cute pin cushion, or perhaps I'll finish it off as a mini quilt or like a mug rug. But no way am I putting a mug on something I've stitched. But, you know, sort of, I guess a mini quilt would be English is hard. As a mini quilt would be the way I want to finish it. So that was my first design. I pretty much started that a week ago, Sunday, sometime in the morning, and just went to town on it and watched you guys' YouTube videos and got caught up, almost caught up, and then finished that off. And so when I was done with that, I was narrowing in on a finish for my at church stitch, which has been Pansies. This cute, adorable kit by Serendipity Designs. Let's see if we can keep the glare off that. Anyway, so here's my finish for that. Absolutely adorable, super cute. I took a picture and it's now my icon, so everybody's probably seen that. So I need to give it a bath. The edges out here are a little brown from when I was holding it. We had some really hot days in the summer there, and I was stitching away and I could feel my hands being a little bit sweaty, which is kind of ew. I shouldn't have shared that with you. Ew. But anyway, so that's darling. I'm really quite pleased with that. Pattern was great, easy to read. The colors were not sorted, and I had a bit of a challenge with the greens trying to determine the difference between medium light green and light medium green. Right? Anyway, so I'm pleased with that one, and I think this will be another candidate for the mini quilt finish. And then my last finish on the week is the project that I was working on at the theater. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it at the theater, but you know, just enough here and there, and I finished up. But it is this Orchidea stamped kit. It is done on Aida. And the Aida was stiff enough that I could stitch it in hand, so not too bad. 2/2. I have finally got it all taken care of. All the bits are covered. See there? I'm hoping when I wash it that the little color blocks there at the bottom go away. While I was working on this on Monday, one of our actors, he plays Monsieur Dark, you know, the crazy guy that Gaston gets to put Belle's father in the insane asylum for having seen the beast. you know, that guy. Anyway, he happened to come into the women's ensemble room where I was getting the girls ready to go, and I had just, you know, put this down on the desk where I sit when I'm not having to do anything. And so he was curious about it, and I found out that he's a fellow stitcher. He prefers to do the more subversive style of cross stitch. His favorite are the samplers that look like they're, he called them, he loves the old grandma samplers with the foul language. So that's his style of stitching. He was going to bring something in for me to see, and I only dressed that cast on Monday. So maybe on Monday I'll get to see some pictures of his work, and I'm really excited because he's a young fellow, and there's just not a lot of young fellows who do stitching. So that was kind of fun to discover that we had a stitcher on cast. Besides me, I would like to say that this is a great kit. It was really great. The colors were easy to sort out. They were just all in a pile and easy to sort out. I have left over a full length that they provided me of the dark purple and the dark green. I didn't even use one of their full lengths. And then guys, this is just a mess. This is just the rest of the leftover floss. When I finished the color, I just put it in between the cardboard to stiffen the package and then the display picture. I just stuffed all the extra floss in there, and so this is kind of a mess. But I have a lot of floss left over from this project. So they do send you plenty of floss, and I was really excited about that. For the most part, I used the loop method, although some spots I did the two and, you know, had to do the tuck under. No problems there. Loved the kit. I would buy another Orchidea stamped kit again. It was great. Great product. So those 3 finishes. Yay! I'm trying hard not to do 3 new starts. Woo! But one was a start and a finish, so that doesn't count, so I've got 2. Well, I definitely need to decide on what I want to do for my next at church Sunday stitch. Just something to keep my hands busy while I listen to the speakers. All right, my other whips. We've got, still going strong, the mystery sampler, the Spooked. I should take out I use bobby pins to kind of hold things back when I'm stitching, just to keep things tidy. Let's get my piece of cardboard so we don't have any show through. You guys have seen this one a million times, and yes, I'm still working on it. And no, I've totally fallen out of love with it, and I want to put it away, and I don't want to stitch on it anymore. I'm tired of it. Anyway, so here's where I'm at. I pretty much did the black of the house and the window and the trim here, and I finished the trees down. So I finished the hill, finished the trees down, put in the cauldron, and I figured out sort of where I made my counting error, but I'm not exactly sure where it was, but I just fixed everything so that it meets up correctly in the middle. The end result is that my house is 1 extra stitch longer than it should be, so I put that extra stitch in the door, so the door is an extra stitch taller, which is fine. Nobody knows. You guys wouldn't have noticed a difference if I hadn't have said anything. So I've got a green bubble monster to put in here in the cauldron, fill in the door. There's a little motif that goes in here, and then I'll move to the other side and finish up the borders on that. So it is going back to work this week. Oh, but that's okay. It's the last week of September. Hopefully I'll get her done. But like I say, I don't know. I think it's the house. I love Lizzie Kate's designs. I'm just not terribly enamored with this design that's been used for the haunted house. Sorry, I'm looking at my fabric here while I try to put the bobby pin back in to keep everything rolled up neat how I want it. And I don't want to put that on the cat. We'll put that back here. I don't want to put it on the cat because the cat will make it furry. I don't need furry cross stitch. All right, turn the page. Okay, I did have a new start. I started this, when did I start this? A week ago? I think I started it a week ago, Saturday. I had to go in and get my hair cut and hair recolored. You can't tell because she does a good job. Recut and color, and then I was working the football game. in the ticket booth. I'm the emergency backup IT person, and so mostly I just kind of sit in a corner and stitch to my heart's content because the printers work, the computers work, the network hasn't gone down in years and years and years. Everything's, you know, cool and been on the level, and we haven't had troubles for years. So anyway, I'm rambling, but the net result is I get to sit in the corner and stitch for about 3 hours and get paid for it. So I started on the Dimensions kit. I think I showed you guys last week, maybe not, I don't even remember. But it says, "Be a light to the world." And it's those little candles in the jars and some fireflies, and really pretty. So I like that one. So I was brave, I started on that, tore into it, you know, great game busters. This is the middle jar. I'm almost to the end of the edge over here. You can kind of see the whole shape where the candle and a little bit of flame is going to go in. Over here on this side is a lot more of a join between two jars that are hanging right close to each other. My super awesome Pansy needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. I love that minder. It's fantastic. And I can see through the Navy Aida. I should have picked up my piece of cardboard. Here we go. We'll give you a little bit of cardboard behind there for half a minute. Yeah, it's much better. Not nearly as reflecty. What's nice about this Aida is that I can actually see the holes fairly easy. You know how with navies and definitely black, sometimes it's hard to see, but this is, it's good. I can see the holes really easily. Haven't had too much problems. Haven't had to put a white piece of paper down either on the desk or in my lap when I stitch on it, which is, it's really quite nice. So there's that. It's a Dimensions kit, guys. The Aida, while the holes are big and easy to see through the navy, it's stiff. It doesn't have great hand feel, but I'm not, you guys, I'm not that picky. I hate to confess it, but I'm really, really not that picky when it comes to my fabrics. Or my flosses for that matter, since I'm using the floss in the Dimensions kit, and I know some of you hate it, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't not. Cover's alright. It's alright. Anyway, so that's my new starts. So that is my stitching. So let's move on to part 2. Look, I've got the right number of fingers. 2. Which is our Stashquisitions. So we've had several things show up in the mail over the week. I filmed little bits in between as the stuff arrived. So let's start with the first insert. Hi guys, just a really quick video to show you what has come in the Stitchy box, countdown to Halloween. Mystery, every day you have something to open box. I just sliced the lid open. I got it today. I'm really excited about it, and I wanted to look into it and see what everything is, but I didn't want to wait until my next video because I'm not really sure when that's going to be, and I am talking really stupid fast. I don't know why. Anyway, I love Stitchy Box. If you haven't subscribed to Stitchy Box, I encourage you to go to their website and check it out. I'll put the link to the general website in the information below. I love it. You get like beads, you get fabric, you get some floss every single month, and it's a mystery, and I love it. As a rule, I don't like mystery boxes, which is why I quit subscribing to any of the nerd boxes like Loot Crate or the arcade box or the classic box, or anyway, you guys know what all those are. And you guys have seen them often enough, so you kind of know what Stitchy Box is, so I really don't need to explain it a lot. But Liz asked that we open it up as soon as we get the box to make sure that we have all of the packages in it, and so that's what we're doing. So she included a little note explaining everything that it is, and a website and a hashtag and the whole 9 yards. So once you remove that, it's black tissue paper, and so we pull off the black tissue paper, and it is a box full of little wonderful, wonderful things in here. So like tiny things. Here's day 4, day 8. This is squishy. It might be fabric. What's this? Day 7. You open a different thing every day. That might be a bead. I'm squeezing everything just like you do at Christmas. Oh, this is really thin and doesn't have, I don't know. What's that? Day 3, day 2. I might have to go through and organize them later. What's that? 13. 17 is squishy. Maybe that's floss. I don't know. 16, squishy, kind of large. Maybe that's fabric. That's the word for it. Fabric. Maybe beads. I don't know. On the floor. Day 18. I don't know. Ooh, look guys. 15 is a big envelope. Cannot wait to open that. Let's see. What else have we got? Oh look. It's long and cylindrical. Day 5. Day 10. That rattles. Maybe that's beads. Day 6, day 9, there you go. Look how cute everything is wrapped and it has the label on it. Day 13, day 30, day 29, 28, 20, that's another squishy one. What do we got? We've got, oh, maybe a bead in 26, 25, excellent, 24, 21, 22, I don't know if I held up 23 already or not. I'm excited. Look how cute all these bags are. Can you stand it? Day 11, that one's squishy. 27, don't know. Day 19. And another big envelope for day 31. So that is the countdown to Halloween from Stitchy Box. And there's an envelope for every day. I'm going to go through and sort them a little more slowly to make sure that I have everything. So I'll go through and, 1, 2, 3 to day 31. But just wanted you guys to see it. Look, a pile of Stitchy wonderfulness. All right, back to the other video. Right, I'm so totally excited for the countdown to Halloween box from Stitchy Box. Brain out the window. Can't even think. Anyway, that one I'm really excited for. One of my best friends, the couple of girls, we come over on Crafty Stitchy night, they were here. And so one of my friends, she just couldn't stand it. And so she had to peek inside a couple of envelopes. She wouldn't tell me what it was, but she had her curiosity satisfied by peeking into those 2 envelopes. And so she wants picture updates for me every day as I open the stuff so she can live vicariously through me. She decided she was going to do it just after they totally sold out of the countdown to Halloween boxes. So that came from Stitchy Box, and let's do the second insert. Hi everyone! I was just going to do a quick little unboxing of an order I did at 123 Stitch. When I did the unboxing style last week, y'all seemed to enjoy it quite a bit. So I think this is my package envelope from 123 Stitch. That is leftovers from an order I placed earlier, and there was 1 or 2 things that they didn't have. So as always, I've just sliced it open, but I haven't taken a peek. So let's open that up, empty everything out. Is that everybody? Yep, empty envelope. See what we've got. Ah yes, these are the leftover bits from the order I placed when I ordered some beads and stuff for the Gypsy Mermaid, because I'm getting kind of close to needing some of those things. So if you recall, and if not, that's okay, I ordered the chart for Tiny Tidings 20. Oh, look at that lovely glare coming through my blinds. It is a bright sunny day out there, you guys. We have had about 3 straight days of rain, and now we've got sunshine, so this is fabulous. Anyway, Tiny Tidings, that one was back ordered, and so it didn't come at the time. Here are in a plastic bag. I'm always amused how sometimes they package things in plastic bags. Anyway, some lovely seed beads, pearl, sort of a pearl finish to them. I think those are used around the compass points in Gypsy Mermaid, so those have arrived. Let's see, geranium. One of the Pixie Blossom collections. You can hear crinkling down on the floor. Zoe Princess has decided to make that her new temporary bed. She's having a look at it and is going to lay down there. Anyway, geranium came in. I am on a mission to collect all of those. I don't know why, but I am. And then I ordered spring Quakers from Rosewood Manor. And I think this one's just beautiful. One of the LNSs that I sometimes visit has this all stitched up in the recommended flosses and fabrics, and it is just beautiful. And I just pulled the trigger on it because I could. So I don't know when I'll be able to start that. Hopefully soon. Isn't that the case though, guys? Everything is hopefully soon. Oh look, mini samplers. I didn't know that was in there. Ooh, you guys, I might do a mini sampler instead of the big ones. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, so there's the unpackaging for what I received in the mail yesterday, since it's a day afterwards. Anyway, received in the mail from 123 Stitch, leftovers from an order I placed previously. So let's go back to that side of the room. Yep, 123 Stitch has got my number. And they got my number twice this week? 3 times this week? Well, they got me to send them money twice this week, and I got 2 envelopes for them, so yeah, close enough. Anyway, so we've got 1 more envelope to open, so let's look at the 3rd clip that I did earlier. Hi guys, it's me, again, still. I sort of decided to do these unpackaging styles and probably do them when I receive them, and then just edit all the footage together when I go to make a full-length video, because that way I can open up my wonderful goodies when they come and show it to you, and then go ahead and file them away and just, you know, make it easier when I get to putting together my weekly updates. It's another order from 123 Stitch. Because I'm crazy, and that's just the way it goes. So slice it open. Let's open it up and see what crazy happened this week. All right, is that everything? Yep, empty. See if little kitty comes to sit on the envelope. She has a habit. She loves to do this. All right, looking at this amount of stuff, I know exactly what this is. So on the 123 message board, they're having a stitch along called the I have always loved this, why haven't I started it yet stitch along. And so they've been going at it for, I don't know, maybe a year or so, more or less, give or take, something like that. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, of course, the Plum Pudding by Glendon Place. I have always loved it ever since it was released. I don't know why I didn't buy it on the first day that it was available for sale, but it has sat in my 123 wish list pretty much since the day it was released, which has got to be back in 2012. And you guys know me, I don't let a stone sit. So I went ahead and ordered plum pudding. I ordered plum pudding and all of the stuff to go with it that I could. But we'll show you a few things that I ordered that have nothing to do with it. So last week I showed Mary String, and I was talking about what I thought I would do with them. And so I thought, oh, well, if I just stitched them all together, since they're not very tall, then it would be a Mary everything. So, of course, I had to hit 123, and I went searching for them all so I could have them all. So we've got a spooky string, which is the sort of Halloween-themed ones. I picked up the snowy string, which is our wintry theme. I picked up busy string or buzzy string. Bzzz. And it has more of a summer theme to it. There's a flag there for like Independence Day and some watermelon and other things that are primarily summery things. So I think I'll use that for our summer / 4th of July / Independence Day sort of thing. Next we have a big sneeze. Anyway, no, stalled sneeze. Spring string is what this is. And so that, of course, Cute, wonderful. Put that in for the spring. And here we have our Thanksgiving themed thankful string. So I ordered all of those up and then can arrange them with the Merry string and come up with sort of a thankful everything year-long cutesy thing that I can have up all year when I get around to stitching it one of these eons. So that's not related to plum pudding. So here is the pile of everything related to plum pudding, and I just pretty much hit the select all, you know, like they have on some of their patterns, fill it in, buy it, whatever. Didn't even think about it. So, yep, which means I went with the Dinky Dye Silks, which will be one of my first times working with the silks. I don't know, the light in here is kind of interesting. I don't know if they'll pick up. Anyway, here's Heath. Beautiful in purple. What do we got? Mystic Pools. Lovely. Killabri. Are there two of these? Yep, here they are. 2 Killabri. We've got these lovely, what is this? Moony Ponds. Look at the beautiful variegations on those, you guys. Look at it. Look at it. Beautiful. Mountain Mist, which is kind of a, it's gray, a gray purpley. And then one skein of the, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. It starts with a B, Bolilla. That stuff. Beautiful. Oh, Itchy Nose, Floss Tube Itchy Nose. We've got all of the beads. Here's some of them. That glare's pretty bad, isn't it? Finally having a sunny day after lots and lots of rain. We needed the rain. We needed the rain. Here we go. The light's not showing up at all. And the last bit of beads. Fantastic. Now, they didn't have the Sprite to purchase, and then I thought about it, but then I didn't purchase the Sprite from Picture This Plus, so I ordered a chunk of Whimsy, which is lovely and purple, and looking at everything on it, I don't know if this will, you can kind of see that will work out really, really quite well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't think we'll lose the color of anything in it. Oh, we might lose Killabri a bit, but no, I think that'll stand out just fine. So I got all the stuff, and the item that was back ordered, which should be showing up sometime next week, is the pattern itself. So I've got everything to start plum pudding except the pattern. Oh well, more fun mail next week, right? And we love fun mail. So that's it for this wee 1-2-3 stitch unboxing. And like always, back to the other side of the room. So there you have it. There are all 3 of the things that arrived in the mail that I opened up that were really fun. I still have a little bit of stuff going on over here that I want to show you, but it's more along the line of sewing projects. So if you're not really interested in me attempting to sew project bags or being completely and totally off my rocker, we'll catch you next week, or next time as the case may be. Alright, so sewing projects. Because I've gone totally off my rocker. Because I figured out somewhere in the past month I have topped 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm overwhelmed. I really am. Thank you so much for wanting to come back and listen to me rattle off random stuff to you, you know, once a week, once every other week, depending upon how it's going. It's been crazy with the play going, but we're managing all right. So anyway. So I thought, oh, 1,000 subscribers, I should do a giveaway, right? So it's not this video. Don't do any giveaway stuff down in the bottom. That'll only confuse people. I don't need confused people. So well, we'll start at the beginning. But part of this has all started because because I had begun to think about what I would like to do for a giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. All right, so kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So, let's move back to the sewing. So I have left over some charm squares from a quilt that I did several years ago. And so I counted up the charm squares and I figured that I could sew them together and get 2 project bags out of the charm squares that I had left over. So the other day I laid them all out and thought about it and figured, okay, so this is what we're going to do. So here's my 1 bucket of charm squares for 1 set of project bags. And then here's my other little plastic baggie with my charm squares all kind of sorted out and set in the order that I want them to sew them into. And so, well, that was cool. While I was, but I had 12 charm squares left over. That wasn't quite enough to do a full-size project bag, so I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do with these other charm squares. Then, meanwhile, I had started to surf the web because my mother had made me and a couple of my friends those cute little triangle-shaped Ort boxes where it's just, you know, an equilateral triangle and you sew it down and turn it inside out and you put the buttons on the side or a bow or an embellishment, you know, to fold it down. And they're really, really cute. And I went looking for it today and I could not find my cute little little Ort bucket. I know that it is made out of the same fabric as this cute little elephant pincushion that my mom made for me, but I can't find it. Betsy the elephant says hi. Anyway, I couldn't find it. So, but anyway, to show you what I'm talking about. But you guys all know what I'm talking about. So I was looking for a tutorial on how to do that, and I found one, and it was good, and I figured, oh, okay. Yeah, no problem there, it'll be fine. I know my mom has the equilateral triangle ruler that is mentioned in one of the tutorials, so I think today when I go over there and have lunch with Mom and Dad, that I'll be able to, you know, borrow it and bring it back and go to town, maybe making up some of the Ort jars for maybe the giveaway. I don't know. That was what was mumping around in my mind. So, I saw another tutorial that was a triangle-shaped bag that was all the rage 2-3 years ago. I know I've seen them on Pinterest. Somebody made them into chickens. So I think of them as chicken bags, even though the chickening is completely optional. Does that make any sense whatsoever? But anyway, so I thought, oh, this would be a great thing to do with my 12 leftover charms. So I divided those up into 2. So I made well, here it is. Here's what we got. Just turn over here. Oh, here is, because I'm sidetracked. So I thought this would make a wonderful inside lining for my Christmas project bags. And I think I have enough of this stuff to do the contrasting top and bottom, oh, you know, where the zipper goes through the middle. Anyway, thought that would work really well. So, back to the chicken bags. We have, so I, you know, sewed a handful of the charm squares together so that they were, you know, 2x3. Really nice, pretty good. And I went off to JoAnns, bought zippers galore. I just dropped one on the floor so you don't get to see one more zipper. I know you wanted to see all the zippers, but you know, that's all the zippers. So I went to town and I made me a chicken bag. I know it doesn't look like a chicken, but it's huge. It's a little bit bigger than I had anticipated. But these are the triangle bags. The ones that are chickens, they've put like a beak and a ruff and some stuff in this seam right here. So it kind of looks like a chicken in profile. So this is a triangular, not chicken bag. And so it's a lot bigger than what I had anticipated, just because I have a hard time gauging size and scale when reading directions. And so for the most part, when it comes to sewing, I just wing it. It's, yeah, I should be a little bit better with the measuring and figuring things out. So anyway, so there's my giant chicken bag, and I forgot to put like a D-ring little holder here, but maybe I'll unpick the seams and do a couple of D-rings, and I don't know. The tutorial that I originally watched suggested you use a 10 by 10 what are those, layer cakes? You know, you can get the layer cake pre-cuts from Moda, and so she had cut one in half. It's the Crafty Gemini. Go look her up. She's got tons of stuff, tons of sewing, some cooking, some knitting, some, you know, anyway, y'all know the Crafty Gemini. So she was the tutorial that I was watching, and then I was just winging it with my charm packs. I've decided I got another zipper, so I could sew this one into another triangular chicken bag. But I think I'm just going to go real simple project bag, you know, put a zipper in the top and call it good. Call it good for with this one. Because that's kind of a mini bag size, and I could put scissors or whatnot in that, but that chicken bag is way too huge, you guys. Way too huge. So that's what started that. So I was out and about. Oh, the tutorial that I saw for making the little triangular Ort jars also suggested that you use a 10 by 10 layer cake sort of thing as your base for the Ort bag. So I went to the quilt shop because that's what one does when one is looking for fabric, and I'm always looking for pansies, but I was mostly looking for more Christmas fabric. Something that wasn't particularly religious oriented, like, you know, this one has snowmen and trees and little bits of holly in it, and so this line is called Making New Friends, and it's really, really old, and I don't know that they produce it anymore. So I went looking for something in these nice rich colors, but the only ones that I could find at the quilt shop were more of the I want to say the 60s colors, but I don't know if that's truly a 60s thing or where I've got that in my mind. But it was like the turquoise and the pinks and the minty green and the cream. And like I said, I wanted the more traditional colors. I didn't want the pinky turquoisey ones. So they didn't have a layer cake or a Christmas line in stock right now that I really liked. But I did find they had a Halloween set of pre-cuts that I really liked. And these are just going to fall all over the place, and I don't even know how I'm going to show you some of the stuff that's in it. Being able to talk at the same time. Probably not. But anyway, so we have like the green, there's owls, some gray, gray on a white background, random design, stripes, thingy. So anyway, so I got this big ol' honkin' doohickey. So I think probably for the giveaway I'll make a couple of chicken bags in the small size that's suggested, and some of the foldable little fabric Ort containers also out of the Halloween fabric. And then I'll probably have some left over. I can go back to winging it when it comes to making project bags. Because I should stick to a regular template. You know, you always cut it this size and it always turns out like this, and do it the same every single time. But that would require actual thought. But I also bought a whole bunch of zippers for a couple of Halloween project bags and a random assortment of smaller zippers to try out the Halloween chicken bags. Chicken bag that has nothing to do with a chicken. So I did that. Meanwhile, while I was wandering around at the quilt shop, I came across this adorable fabric that has the little minions on. And it's definitely Minions, but it doesn't scream Minion. And so I picked up a fat quarter of that, and this is sort of my bag in progress. The other half of this is over there on the sewing table, all pinned together, waiting for me to sew the zipper in, but I've temporarily lost my zipper foot. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's in this room. It can't have gone far because I didn't carry it out of this room. And I've already looked through the trash, so I know I haven't accidentally thrown it away. It's probably in my sewing drawer underneath some rickrack or something like that. So anyway, I found the adorable little tiny minion print, and so I started to do a bag with this, and I think it's cute because the stripes definitely coordinate, and it doesn't scream Minions, But they did also have some fabric that was, bright minions. Just minion. The minions were about, yay big. All over the place. I looked at that for a long time and I didn't get anything. And I'm just using a plain, simple $1.99 muslin that you can get at JoAnns. When I went to JoAnns, the muslin was like 30% off. So 30% off, $2. Yes, please. Ordered up some of that. But the big find, you guys. As I was wandering around the quilt shop, I found this crazy pansy print. I love it. Can you not just love it? Look at that. So bright. So fantastic. Just woohoo, pansies. So of course I bought that, and I found a nice turquoise that would coordinate. And then my lining is the purple with the little white dots. And as you can see, I actually got the zipper in because I knew where my zipper foot was at this point of time. Can you believe it was only like 2 or 3 hours between putting this zipper in and then completely misplacing my zipper foot for my Minions bag? So I need to just pin this one together and decide how I'm going to machine quilt it. I don't know what I'm going to do because they're more curvy, and the last time I just did straight lines, because straight lines I can almost do. Although they're drunken straight lines because they tend to wander back and forth all over the place as I'm trying to go straight. But anyway, so there's my pansy bag. So that was my impulse shopping, insanity sort of thing, mostly Friday night. I did a lot of that Friday night, and then I stayed up way too late trying to sew, getting the zipper and stuff put in on that one, and then fussing with my non-chicken bag. But anyway, okay, so that's sewing, and then I have one last thing that came in the mail, because while I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the giveaway, I hit Etsy and started searching for pansy material, because of course, if it's anything to do with me, it has got to be pansies. And I found a cute little shop, Fab Fabric and Finds, and they had this purple and yellow pansy print. And then they have this, sort of the same, you can see it's the same colors, they're definitely related. Pansy print, only a little bit farther and open. I love the butter yellow that it's on. I got a half a yard of each of these, and I think that it's definitely enough to make at least 2 bags out of this and 2 bags out of this if I don't use either for like a fancy pants inside coordinating thing and just go with the simple muslin. I might go over to the quilt shop and maybe look for a green to use for like the coordinating top or something on these. I don't know. So I thought, well, maybe a project bag for the giveaway. Definitely a project bag for me. Maybe a chicken bag out of some of the leftovers of this. Who knows? Who knows? So that is what has come. Floss Tube itchy nose. So that has come in the mail as well. And then there's more out there coming in from Etsy because, you guys, I went crazy nuts and I just, bought all the things because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the giveaway, and so I made a list of like 100 different items and bought just whatever across the page and spent way too much money, and we'll see when it all comes in, and then I'll organize it and we'll see how well I'm doing with stitching up chicken bags and stitching up project bags to decide what we want to do for a giveaway. We'll think about it. Stay tuned. Don't enter down below because there's nothing to enter yet. I'm still thinking about it. Don't hold your breath because it'll probably be by like January by the time I get around to it. With the way my life is going and how busy we are, January. Okay, so the play is coming to an end. Yay! Next Saturday, October 1st. Yeah, October 1st will be the last day. Yay! And then I'll get some months of quiet and more stitching and less crazy running around and doing this and that and the other. So I'm looking forward to that. There's one portion in the play. It's at the very beginning of the play where the silly girls are singing, "Look there, he goes, isn't he dreamy? Monsieur Gaston, oh, he's so cute." And that was way off key. This is why I don't sing. Anyway, so I'm coming up the hallway after having helped another tech into a giant puppet horse. And he's about to go on stage as Philippe and the contraption that Maurice is working on. And another tech is coming downstairs after having been up in the flies to drop some stuffed, not like stuffed bear type stuffed and not like taxidermified stuff. Anyway, some stuffed geese out of the flies, you know, which Gaston shoots as he comes down the stairs and starts his thing. Anyway, so we always come down and do a little bit of fangirling during that part of the show. And so last week I recorded it. However, the volume on the recording is really, really low because we have the monitors backstage turned down really, really low so that the folks in the theater can't hear it, but it's on for the backstage folks. So we know exactly where they are in the play. And if you've done plays, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so one night I set up the camera to record it, and I told Dallin that we were going to record it, and he was all for it. And so here we go. To end the whole piece off, here's Dallin and I fangirling over Gaston. I'm not going to try to say Monsieur again because I totally slaughtered it, and all my French viewers and all my French-speaking Quebecians are going to laugh at me because I can't say that word. Anyway, so hit pause, turn your volume way up so that you can hear the monitors. There's some bangs and creaks and clucks and stuff that's going around. Those will be really loud, and I apologize. So when the clip is over, hit pause again, turn your volume way back down to normal so you won't be yelled at by me. So here we go. Meanwhile, backstage. So there you go, Dallin and I being goofy. We do that every single show that we do it together. And the gal who's my double, she says that she and Dallin do it on the nights where she and Dallin happen to be in the same place. So it's absolutely hilarious that, you know, shenanigans, guys. Shenanigans happen backstage and the audience never hears about it. One thing about how that stage is set up is it's theater in the round. And far back you can kind of see where a blue light is that I'm coming up the hall from. The blue light is where one of the entrances is. That's Vom 3 where we are, and head off screen that is towards Vom 1, which is the main Vom. And so after that clip we maneuver a giant piece of setting of scenery of set into place and shove it on and wait for the cue before I open the curtains, and Dallin pushes it on stage and I help a little bit with the push. So that's that. I've wow, rambled forever. It's going to be a long one, guys. Still, you'll get a lot of stitching done. I'm going to clean up this mess, get the video editing, and select what I'm going to do and put together for next week's At Church Sunday Stitch, because I need something to do there. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just stick with Let Your Light So Shine. That's kind of an inspirational thing, and I'll just add that to my church bag and keep going there. So there you have it. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. Thank you so much for commenting, and thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much. 1,000 of you. Wow, I am just blown away, overwhelmed, just wow. Thank you so much, you guys. It is a pleasure to get to share my stitching with all of you who stitch, and I really do love watching all of your stitching. It's great. I love it, love it, love it. So, that's everything. You guys have a great week. I hope the frog stays far, far away from your house. We got a field over here. He can live out in the field. Thanks. Bye. I know I just said thank you, and I know I just told you bye, but I totally forgot to do shout-outs, and I found my notes of our new floss tubers that I happen to have stumbled across, during the past week, and so here we are going again, so I can let you know about these wonderful stitchers that I have stumbled across during the week watching Flosstube and checking out if any of the suggestions I had been subscribed to or not, and sometimes I actually go through the comments and look for more people to watch. So let's start with Michelle M. Bradley. She calls herself the Queen Bee Stitchers. She's been stitching for 20 plus years, and she shows off a whole bunch of her finishes. There's a lot of Bent Creek and Lizzie Kate stitches in what she shows us. I don't remember if she's participating in the Year of Whips. I won't say anything about that, seeing as I did not put anything of that sort in my notes. Next, we have Spellbound Stitcher Sabine. She's from Texas, and she will be doing the Year of Whips from the Soulful Stitcher group. She showed off her list of stitches, I think, in her second video. Her first video was a cute little introduction, and then her second video, she does show off some of the things that she is planning to work on in the Year of Whips. First page done. I stumbled across Northern Stitcher. She likewise does an introduction with her whips. She is doing the Year of Whips. And she's a longtime stitcher, I wrote down. And now a lovely lady who has a last name that I can't pronounce. I have seen her in the group Stitch Mania, so I know that she's a stitcher. She says she's a longtime crafter and knitter, but has just recently got back into stitcher. She shows off her projects and plans for 2017. Anne Pottlesack? It's the best I can do, Pottlesack, perhaps. Next, we have the lovely Shelleen Toland. I loved her first video for the very simple reason that she was wearing purple lipstick. You wear purple, honey, you got all my love. She comes to us, she shows off her Winter Queen by Mirabilia that she has been working on. Looks like she comes to us from the Booktube community, so she's been making a lot of videos for them recently, and just decided to jump into all the fun that we're having over here on Flosstube. So there is that. That's our second page of notes. Tammy, who is the owner of Color Cascade Fabrics, has joined the Flosstube fun. She gives us the Know Your Needle Worker tag in her first video and shows off the whips that she's been working on. And then our next crafter is Jin's Crafty World, and she shows off one of her big whips, and she's been stitching the Sewer's Alphabet from Brooks Books, and she's completed it all the way to R, and it looks really it's beautiful. And she shows us a couple of her other whips. A couple of, they're not new, but they're kind of new, and they've got more than 2 videos under their belt. But I'll put links to them below. Is our Fangirl Stitcher. She's doing great stuff. Stitching Seeds also. And Pitch Cart Cross Stitch. He's got like 50 some odd videos, but each video is about 2 minutes long. So he's just doing a time lapse of, oh my goodness, it's a video game character. I read it every time I watch one of his videos, and then anyway, it has slipped my mind, completely slipped my mind. I do want to do a shout out and a thank you to Melanie Watkins, who started the Soulful Stitchers group, and also for starting the Year of Whips challenge. Thank you, Melanie. Your Year of Whips challenge is bringing all sorts of new people to Flosstube, and I love seeing all their projects. So, thank you. Good on you for starting that up. So there we go. Those are the new Flosstubites that I have seen. A couple other things that I took a note of but forgot to mention in the main video was I saw Joe Gregoire's video where I nearly gave her a heart attack because she actually did move her entire wish list into the shopping cart at 123 Stitch, and apparently it caused her great anxiety. I'm sorry, Jo, but that was damn funny. Jo also wants to know what is the longest time that we have had a Christmas tree up. 1 year my Christmas tree made it all the way to August or September. I was doing a lot of plays at that time, and so I was hardly ever home, and when I was home the last thing I wanted to do was deal with the Christmas tree. And so the tree stayed up until August or September, and then it came down. And then it did not go back up in December when it was time to put the tree back up. So it was almost a year-round tree, and then I just gave it a skip for the next year. So those are all the wonderful notes that I have missed in the first time around. So we'll try this again. See you guys. I totally forgot to say hugs and stitches. How do I forget to say hugs and stitches? It's my things. Hugs and stitches, y'all.